Laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Come one, come all. Let's open up the therapy session for this Arizona Cardinal team that, my goodness, what we saw today almost felt like our eyes were getting pinned back to watch this absolute destruction that we've seen today. Now, I've been very hard on Josh Dobbs. I'm going to be the first one to say this, but my goodness, Clayton Tune was worse. This was bad. This was bad. Ladies and gentlemen, this was so darn bad. I can't believe what we saw today. I can't believe what we saw today. The only thing that I can think of right now, and the only thing that can kind of come close to the frustration that I feel right now, is with Mr. Derek Anderson in this.
And laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
And we were embarrassed. Ladies and gentlemen, this was an absolute terrible showing from a guy that I was so high on. I was so excited that the Arizona Cardinals drafted Mr. Clayton Tune. I was calling this man's name left and right. I was saying, it's time for the Tune Show. But all I can think of right now is, please, for the love of God, can this man come back? Because right now, with what we're seeing, the Arizona Cardinals are now 1-8 on the season. And, this is so bad. This is so freaking bad. I don't know how else to describe it, but this is bad. This is bad. This is probably one of the worst performances outside the first week of the Arizona Cardinals versus the Commanders game. And this was 3 times worse than that game. This was 2 or 3 times worse than that game. Clayton Tune was 11 for 20, 58 yards. Yeah, you heard it. You heard me. You heard it. 58 yards, 2 touchdowns. Clayton Tune did also get involved with his legs. 5 carries, 28 yards. Marquise Hollywood Brown was the guy with the highest amount of yards, I guess you can call them, right? 24 yards, was leading our receiving core. And man, this was just an abysmal performance. Now, we want to dive into this game as much as we possibly can. But man, big shout out to y'all people here in the chat. Thank you so very much. This is one of the, this is definitely one of the takes that I got to own. I got to take this. I got this take that I had of Clayton Tune. I got to own this one, ladies and gentlemen, because I was wrong. I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Literally, this is how I felt watching this game. Now, if you guys do not know, I was actually doing a play-by-play reaction on the Big Red Pod YouTube channel, where I ended up doing my podcast with my fellow co-host. And literally, this is kind of how I felt like watching this game. I couldn't step away. I couldn't do anything because literally I had to do the post game, or I had to do the live play-by-play. This game was bad. It was bad. Let's get to these contributions coming our way. We got BBH saying we better get a new offensive coordinator this offseason. K1, save us. And then we also got my guy Davis with another contribution. He says, Tune never had time to throw. The O-line did nothing. Well, we're going to dive into that, right? We're going to dive into that here pretty soon, because I understand that the first thought that people think is, Mike was wrong, right? Mike was wrong. He said Clayton Tune show and nothing happened. I'm right there with you. I'm going to own this. Right here. Knock to the chin. I got to own this one. But I don't think it's 100% on Clayton Tune. Do I think it's 75 to 80% on Clayton Tune? Yes, I do. But that offensive line was so bad. This man didn't have any time to do anything. I got to call it like it is. Do I feel like Clayton Tune deserves some sort of hate? Yes, I do, right? And I got to call it like it is. Clayton Tune had a bad performance. 58 yards, 2 touchdowns, and you overthrew Marquise Hollywood Brown. There was only one catch that comes to my mind, and that was that catch that was called back on a offensive roughing the offensive pass interference on Marquise Hollywood Brown when he was literally just running a zig route and he didn't touch anybody on the defensive side of the ball. That literally right there was the definition of what has happened throughout this entirety of this game, right? It's just nothing worked out for the Arizona Cardinals. Nothing worked out for us. Now, I'm not saying that drive was going to be the start of our offense to get to going, but like nothing worked out for us. Clayton Tune looked terrible. Our offensive line looked god-awful. And on top of that, our run game was non-existent. Our run game was absolutely non-existent. Clayton Tune was the leading rusher for the Arizona Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. He had 5 carries, 28 yards. Keontae Ingram, which is supposed to be our second string running back, right? Or third string running back, 9 carries, 8 yards. Y'all, this was a brutal showing today. This wasn't, oh, we'll get him next time, right? This isn't those. No, this isn't moral victory. This was a humiliation. This was the best defense in the NFL, and they showed it. Boy, did they rattle our offensive line. Boy, did they rattle our rookie quarterback. Man, this was as bad as it gets here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't blame Clayton Tune 100%, but there has to be some blame to Clayton Tune, but everything didn't work out. The offensive line looked garbage. Our offense looked garbage. Everything was bad. The only highlight that we've seen in this game was our defense. The only thing I could say positively about our team is our defense has showed out week in and week out. And usually when they break apart in the second half, I don't feel like they did that extremely very much in this game. I mean, I guess some might say that they could have, but this defense is doing everything they possibly can. Everything they possibly can. And guess what? Here's the cherry on top of the ice cream sandwich of what's happening for the Cardinals. Josh Dobbs is now a member of the Minnesota Vikings, and he most likely will probably win that game for the Vikings. It's just one thing after another. Like, how much more? How much more do we have to suffer? Football gods, why? Why can't you give us anything? Why? Oh boy. The only good thing was our defense. That's it. That's it. The only good thing was our defense. That's it. Very unfortunate. Now, let's talk about some positivity. The only positive thing I could take away, ladies and gentlemen, is this guy's coming back next week. The only thing I have positive to say is that this guy is coming back next week. That's it. Am I worried about it? Yeah, I'm a little worried about Kyler Murray coming back with this offensive line, because if you guys don't know, DJ Humphries went down too. I'm not sure of what the extent of DJ Humphries' injury is, but imagine putting Kyler Murray out there with no Will Hernandez. He was hurt too. No DJ Humphries, and we're going to be rocking with our Band-Aid offensive line and what we have at the end, right, with Paris Johnson Jr. I'm worried. Kyler Murray's going to need to come in here and save the day again like he always kind of has to do. I think Kyler Murray is leaps and bounds better than Clayton Tune is. Leaps and bounds better than Clayton Tune is. I think Kyler Murray is 2 to 3 times better than Josh Dobbs is. But if you don't have time in the pocket, it might be a rough showing here for the Arizona Cardinals, regardless if you have your franchise quarterback there or not. Regardless, I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's go with this contribution here from Deus. What's up, brother? He says, I don't mind over-enthusiasm. I do mind over-pessimism. Anti-fans are happy to rub it into the fellow fans who want us to win. RD is legit. Boom. Deus, you are 100% correct, my guy. It's very unfortunate, right? It's very unfortunate that we have fans out here that Cardinal fans just want to win, but all people can do right now is say, you were wrong, right? You were wrong. Clayton Tune sucks. Well, we know that now, right? We know. We needed to see what he can do. Now we know. We needed to see what he could do. Now we know. Nobody's going to be chiming. Nobody's going to be standing on their soapbox talking about Clayton Tune's taking over Kyler Murray's job. A, nobody's ever said that, for one thing. And then B, now nobody can say that, right? But I agree. I agree. Cardinal fans out here happy that we lost because Clayton Tune absolutely struggled. It's very unfortunate, but it's the time that we're living in right now, right? I mean, to me, I just block out the noise personally. That I want Clayton Tune to succeed? Absolutely. Heck yeah, I want Clayton Tune to succeed, because if he succeeds, the Cardinals succeed. Man, we saw the polar opposite today. We saw the complete polar opposite today. And man, this man struggled. But so did the offensive line. So did our wide receiving core. So did our running back core. If you're gonna sit here and tell me this is all on Clayton Tune, I can't have a conversation with you. I can't. This was an accumulation of everything gone wrong for the Arizona Cardinals offense. Everything. Offensive line was doo-doo. The wide receiving core, we don't got a number one wide receiver. Let's call it like it is, right? Our run game was non-existent. Our number one running back had 8 yards, ladies and gentlemen. 8 yards. 8 yards. So this isn't all on Tune. I get it, right? The guy that's going to be in the backfield is going to get most of the flack, right? You get your flowers when you do good. You get ridiculed when you don't do good. It's a part of the business, and I'm fully aware of that. I don't think this man had a good game. Not one bit did this man have a good game. But I don't think it's 100% his fault. The offensive line was atrocious. There is a reason. There is a reason why the Cleveland Browns are the number one ranked defense out there. There is a reason for it. Did I want success for the Cardinals? Yes. Was I a little too over-optimistic about Clayton Tune, rookie quarterback? Yeah, probably. Well, here it is. I was wrong. Kyler Murray, let's see what you can do, young man, because I know these chips are stacked up against Kyler Murray too. I think leaps and bounds, Kyler Murray is better than Clayton Tune. I think Kyler Murray is better than Joshua Dobbs, 2 to 3 times better than Josh Dobbs. But with a offensive line that gives you no chance to do anything, I fear what might happen versus the Falcons. Now, here's the question to y'all, guys in the chat here. Do you think we see Kyler Murray next week? Because Kyler Murray's 21-day window expires next week. He has to. He has to get elevated to the 53-man roster, because if he doesn't get elevated to the 53-man roster, he needs to be on the PUP/IR list for the remaining of the season. Do you think he does come in, right? Or do you think the Arizona Cardinals are like, oh, we're terrible. We're not going to put our franchise quarterback through that. What do y'all think here in the chat? Let me know. I think we're going to see Kyler. Personally, I think we're going to see Kyler. But man, this is not the type of game you wanted to see as a Cardinal fan heading into next week, because you got exposed. Exposed today. Number one ranked defense. I get it. This might be a over-exaggeration, but man, this is rough. This is rough. And here's the thing. Josh Dobbs might get a win for the Vikings. Second round pick, CJ Stroud just won the game for the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud, young rookie quarterback, just won the game for the Texans. How much more do we have to endure? How much more? But there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is. But he just threw a dime of a touchdown. And that's the game that's showing up on my TV right now. That's what you're seeing right here in the reflection. Man, this offensive game plan, atrocious too. I don't know what the game plan was. We got started off early pretty hot with Trey McBride. But nah, man, this ain't it. So the touchdown stands for the Texans, and they might get their 4th win. And of course, the reason why we care is that they're rolling with the rookie quarterback, they're rolling with the rookie head coach, and they're going to get 4 wins on the season. Well, the Arizona Cardinals are struggling to even break 1 or 2 wins on the season. That's why we're talking about the Houston freaking Texans. It doesn't feel like there was a game plan. Truly, it doesn't. Retro, I agree. I don't feel like there was a game plan in this game. It's very unfortunate. It truly is. Did I expect a win in this game? No, I didn't. But did I expect the Arizona Cardinals to come out here and at least show some effort and some fight? Yeah, I did. Was I wrong? Yeah, I was. So here's the question. Do the Arizona Cardinals play Kyler Murray? Because look at our fan base now. Look at our fan base now. They are proud that we didn't win. They are proud that Clayton Tune has come out here and struggled miserably. They are proud that we lost because the 1st round pick is now secured for 1 more week. That's what our fan base is, right? God forbid I want to win a freaking game as a Cardinal fan. CJ Stroud over here, over 470 yards with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach. They are going on 4 wins, or at least six seconds away for 4 wins on the season. This is as bad as it gets, ladies and gentlemen, right here. This is as bad as it gets. And you're going to tell me that JG might not have 3 wins this season? Man, this is rough. The defense is showing out. The defense is looking good. Everything else, as bad as it gets. Let's get to Deus in the contribution. Appreciate the $5 dono. He says, Mr. B, 8 Cliff/Kimes contract. Think he'll want to eat K1s too? I doubt it. Keep the comments classy, my fellow fans and anti-fans. Go Cards. D = GOAT. I'm going to open up the phone lines. FYI, ladies, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I think it's very, very important to get your guys' take on this whole situation. If you want to say I'm wrong, cool, no worries. Jump on in. Let me know I'm wrong and how and you know how funny it is that the Arizona Cardinals are now 1-8 because embrace the tank, right? Continue. That's fine. I mean, that's why I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear what you guys have to say. But in the grand scheme of things here, ladies and gentlemen, we just want success for the Cardinals. That's it. That's it. It's very unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. We completely regressed, and we regressed more without Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs, I think, just won for the Vikings. And yes, was I one of the guys that wanted Josh Dobbs out? Yes, I was. But let's be honest, this is an evaluation year. We needed to see something different. Was Josh Dobbs going to win against the Cleveland Browns? Probably not. He probably wasn't. Was he going to be better than what Clayton Tune did? Yes, he probably was going to be better than what Clayton Tune did. But man, we just want to win. That's it. That's it. Right now, I am watching a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach advancing to 4-4 on the season. That's what I'm watching right now with my own eyes. And we got a portion of the fan base thinks that this is funny, that thinks it's okay, that thinks it's fine. Embrace the tank. What has the first overall pick gotten us so far? What has being bottom dwellers have gotten us so far? Frustration season, man. That's all this is. absolute pain, absolute suffering, absolute the same things over and over again is what we have to deal with. The O-line is absolutely in shambles. The offensive line look god-awful. The run game, you're telling me here that our number one running back has 8 yards? But yeah, this is all on tune. This is all on tune. Our number one running back has 8 yards. Yeah, it's funny. Mike, you're wrong. You were calling the Clayton Tune show. You were too excited. Well, hear me well here, ladies and gentlemen. I was excited for the promise of probably winning a darn game. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Am I an idiot? Yes, probably. This is as bad as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. This is as bad as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing else for me to say other than Kyler Murray coming back. I fear the safety of Kyler Murray with this offensive line, truly. Do I think we could have been better offensively? Oh, heck yeah. I think we could have been better offensively against the Browns. But, man, never in my wildest dreams did I think that Clayton Tune was going to sneak it up this bad. Let's laugh at the guy who wants a win. That's what we're going to do now. Let's open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done. There's nothing else for me to say at this very moment. There's nothing for me to say. Highlights, defense, Garrett Williams, Dante Stills. That's it. Negatives, everything else that came along with it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's open up the phone lines. It is that time. If this is your first time coming on here and you want to jump on, then come on in. I'm going to put a link here in the chat below. All you need to do is click on the link and jump on in and let us know your take in this whole situation. Are you happy that the Cardinals won because we're advancing to the number one overall spot? Are you sad? Are you happy? Let me know here in the chat what your guys are feeling. The link has been posted here in the chat. Go ahead and click on it and come on through. Phone lines are being officially opened. I want to hear from the Bird Gang. I want to hear from you guys. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I am truly to the point of, man, this organization has taken everything, my dignity, everything from me. And here we are, continuing to watch it week in and week out, just like this. All right, let's go. We got our first person here in the chat. We got Cards Fan. All right, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, brother man. How are you feeling about this loss?
It sucks. I mean, you don't want to get shut out, but it's for Clayton Tune. I don't put all this loss on him. I really didn't like the idea of him starting in Cleveland and not having James Conner, Michael Wilson. It's kind of in his position to fail from the beginning.
Yeah. I agree. What do you, I guess, what are your thoughts on this organization just moving forward in general? Do you think Kyler is going to save the day like he's always kind of thrown into? Like, what are your thoughts on Kyler maybe coming back next week?
I think he's going to come back. I don't really have a doubt in my mind on that. If we're talking about him trying maybe saving the season, I don't see that happening. Not this year. It will definitely be an upgrade having him back. But you got to remember, he's almost missed a full year. So mentally, he's going to have to come back. Physically, he's going to come back. It might take a couple weeks for him to get fully going. But I do believe he can be the future of our franchise still. And with our franchise, with our offensive line, this is all on Steve Keim. He never put an offensive line together. We've never drafted offensive linemen. And we just brought up all these free agents in. So now that Monty comes in, he drafts Paris Johnson. So he's showing, okay, we want to build the offensive line, but it's going to take some time. And like JG, I do believe he will be a really good coach for us. It's a rough year. We're going through struggles, but I believe if Monty drafts well, which what he showed last year, he did a good job with our draft class. We can all say our young core is playing pretty well. If we can draft well, pick up some good free agents, I think we can start competing either next year or the next year after that.
Okay.
I know it's hard to believe that right now, but it's hard to believe that right now with our record. But We
Did
got
you see the Houston Texans
yeah,
rookie
man.
quarterback? And some might say their roster is as bad as our roster is. How do you feel about that? Because I mean,
It's CJ Stroud. I'm gonna say this about first of all. CJ Stroud's a dog. He's so good. And I think if we had Kyler, I think we would have at least three more wins at the same time. So, but you know what? It's the Texans roster is not very good, but they do have a really good franchise QB in place for them. I'm curious to see what happens with Kyler because in the next couple of weeks we play Atlanta next week. That is winnable. I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's a scrappy game, but we could win that one. Then we have to go to. Then I think 2 weeks. I don't know if we play the next week after that, but I know in 2 weeks after that we play Houston. That's another one that like you said, their roster's not very good either. But who knows what will happen when Kyler does get back? Maybe he will come out here and save the day. I just don't know. It's just Clayton Tune. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go out there and say I'm glad he failed today because you know what? I'm never gonna do that. I didn't want him to start, but I also was like, okay, if he's gonna start, let's roll with him.
yeah.
But and you know what? Maybe going forward he'll be a good backup for us going forward. It's just he's a 5th round rookie.
Yeah.
He's got hopefully he can keep developing. Hopefully that doesn't hurt his development.
Yeah, I 100% agree. All right, brother. I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you so very much for the call, brother. Peace.
All right.
All right, let's get Deus in here. Deus, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, brother. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
I'm bummed out, just like everybody else that actually cares about this team winning.
Yeah.
I'm just really disappointed in the fan base. It's no wonder why we don't, or we get the reputation we deserve, because even like half of the fan base likes to rub it into the other half of the fan base when we lose. You know, it's like, you know, why are you even here? You know, the whole thing is that, you know, want your team to win, not tank. And I just feel like most of the comments section is mostly about, you know, they're Caleb fans. They're not really Cardinal fans. It's like every other thing. Go Caleb. Caleb was crying on national television after his last loss. That's the last thing we need is a big old crybaby that, you know, is he's just overrated completely. And I'm just tired of hearing about Caleb, and I'm tired of seeing fans, you know, talking trash, talking down to other fans because, you know, they only want their team to win, and they're like not happy unless we're losing, it almost seems like.
Yeah.
And Tune, there's nothing Tune can do. I was watching the game and watching the replays and watching some breakdowns from other people, and nobody was open. The closest to anybody being open was Brown, but he was on. I mean, it would have been a tight window either way, and that's not enough time to throw an accurate ball when the pocket is collapsing around you, you know, with no protection.
Time.
So, I mean, you can't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I expected more. I was hoping for more, but I think it's more or less me underestimating how good the Browns defense was.
True.
You know, more than me overestimating Tune's abilities. It's just, you know, their defense was just really lights out. I was really impressed, actually, you know, disparagingly impressed, but still impressed. But we can't just blame this on Tune and
I don't.
And all these people rubbing it in our faces saying, Tune sucked. I told you he would suck.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. It's just like, man, you know,
I
try
mean,
some class for once.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, you know, obviously with me doing what I do, I got a lot of things wrong. So, you know, doing what I do, and it's fine to me. It doesn't bug me. To me is more of the losing thing. Like, it's okay to lose. Like that's crazy to me. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Kyler Murray hopefully comes back next week, and hopefully we're gonna be singing a different tune next week. All right, Dave, I'm gonna let you go, brother. Let it go.
All right, no problem.
All right, let's keep it going here. Appreciate everybody. In terms of the Caleb Williams things, I've said this before on my other podcast, the Big Red Pod. I have nothing against Caleb Williams. I get the whole idea of him like being overrated, but like to me, I'm keeping all options open. Am I excited about Kyler Murray coming back? Yes, I am. But honestly, at this point, I don't think anybody's safe. So we'll have to kind of roll and see what happens. Let's go to Unstoppable TV. Unstoppable 7V. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Well, man, I'm just like mad. Can't really talk so good.
Not very many words, huh? Are you excited about Kyler Murray? What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, he needs to step up with how he played a couple years before, and hopefully he'll be better than ever. He put that message on his social media, so hopefully he lives up to it.
Okay. All right, Unstoppable. I'm going to let you go just because there's kind of a little bit of a disconnection here, but I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, man. Have a good day, dude. All right, let's go over here with, is it Frezzy Mendes? You are live on the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling?
Hey, man. How's it going? I think when we're over here discussing like casual fans versus like Cardinal fans versus, just NFL fans, they're all different types of fans. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, no, facts. That's true.
You can all differentiate, what type of person they are just by like what they say in the comments and stuff. But honestly, man, I think when you just look at the other bad teams like the Patriots and like the Panthers are interesting too because they have the other short quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyler and Bryce, they're the shortest quarterbacks, so it's kind of interesting to see. Just I don't know, like me personally, I've always liked like taller quarterbacks. That's why you see Jacksonville doing good. You see, Josh Allen doing good, in my opinion, right? The Chargers doing good, like the taller quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
And but honestly, man, in my opinion, it just sucks to say that if we win games, can you imagine if the Patriots get Caleb Williams? Like they already won 6 championships. You know what I mean? I would be so mad if they got a good quarterback. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Are you in the Caleb Williams train? Like, are you kind of wanting him?
I'm so split down the middle, man, because I went to the playoff game, man, in LA when because I'm obviously from Arizona, but I went to the playoff game when we got beat by LA. You know what I mean? And it hurt, man. I was so mad when they hurt Buda Baker, if you remember the game, right?
Yeah.
But no, man, I really it sucks because I think we got a good test sample now because it's like half of the season is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You more or less know what's gonna happen. If Kyler came and won us like 4 or 5 games, the only downside to that is like I don't know, we still might get maybe like a Drake May or Deion Sun or somebody like that, or that dude from Washington,
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I get frustrated too because, like you said, these guys are professionals. Even if we don't win, they should score some points at the end of the day, right? Something, dude. They got to do something, and it is frustrating to see. And man, like the defense sees it too. If the offense isn't doing good, I don't know if you've ever played football in real life, man, in high school or something, but even in like younger sports, like if you feel depleted from one side of the ball, like the other side feels it too, man. And everybody
100%. They talk too. That's what I was saying on I think a couple live streams ago that they talk. I mean, they're like, why should I put my effort, right? I kind of put it similar to like just even a job in general, right? Why is somebody getting paid the same amount as me but doing less work, right? It's the exact same concept. It's just human thoughts. And I 100% agree. How long is this defense going to show us that they can be competitive? We know that they can be. It's just our offense cannot get it right. It's just regardless if it's Dobbs, which good for him and winning with the Vikings, but definitely terrible for a kid who really didn't have a chance to do very much against this Cleveland Browns defense. But I'll let you go, Frezzy. Thank you so very much. It's a very good call. Have a good day, brother. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's go with Mike. Mike, you were live on the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube, brother. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
Hey, how you feeling?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling like kind of devastated, of course, because 0 points hurts. It was 0. Mm-hmm. I turned it off before it ends. I couldn't watch it. It was so hurtful.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't know. I'm kinda on the Caleb train, so I will go from this standpoint because I want my team to win, but I want my team in Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would prefer to get some draft capital and tank this year to get in Super Bowl next year or next 2 years. That's my perspective. Okay. And I think Caleb would be it if Kyler wouldn't be when he will come back, because we think trying Kyler in 2021 it was stellar. Like I was amazed by him, and I know he has a talent, but I don't know if he could get back to that form. Also, our offensive line was awful in this game. Yeah, and our left guard, who was going for Tristan Colon, his sub was looking like he doesn't know what he's doing on the field. Like the one sack on the Clayton was he was just going for outside run blocking in pass play. That looks awful. But that's what you get if you are so deep in the bench in offensive line. But yeah, I'm at the end of the day, I'm devastated that we lost so bad. I'm not gonna to win every game because I thought you why, but I don't want to lose to 0 points. Like I want to see something great.
I agree, brother. All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you so very much for the call, brother. Peace.
See ya.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fair. And honestly, the people that are on the Caleb train, I'm not putting anything on anybody at this very moment. Like I'm keeping all options open for the Arizona Cardinals. It's just I don't know where we go from here. Like I truly don't. Let's keep the trains going though. Let's go with Robert. Robert, you're live on the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube. Robert, talk to me. How you feeling? Oh no, I think we're going through the issues again with Robert. By the way, it's very skippy. By the way, Robert, let's go with Brian. Brian, you were live on the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling?
It's painful.
Yeah, yeah,
very painful. And I think another very painful situation on this is obviously the fan base, how they're reacting to this. And one thing I want to remind everyone is look at how many quote unquote superstars have come out of the college to end up flopping hard in the NFL. Now, I'm not going to say Caleb Williams would be that, but we have no guarantee that he's going to be great. And Josh Dobbs today, while he wasn't amazing,
right,
I feel like he played better than most of his games here in Arizona. So that kind of gives good points on Dobbs and might be pointing at problems with our front office. So that's where my biggest struggle in all this is.
So you're thinking more like coaching staff or front office, like Monty?
Coaching staff.
Coaching staff.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me correct that. Coaching staff.
No, that's fair. I mean, the thing is that like, I think some people obviously get it twisted here. Like, and I've said this multiple times, but regardless of how many times you say it, I had nothing personal against Josh Dobbs. Me, I never did.
Exactly.
Problem is that we were 1-7, right? We are where we are. The evaluation process needed to continue. Now, was it very unfortunate that Clayton Tune was 11 for 20, 58 yards, 2 touchdowns? Yes, it is, right? Because it definitely seems like we're regressing, and it's an opportunity for people to come out and say, well, I told you, right? We should never moved off of Dobbs. People like to hold on to the recency bias, and being that he won in Cleveland, good for him, right? Good for him. He probably wasn't going to win against this Browns team. He probably would put points up, but he probably wouldn't have won against his Browns team. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. And the other thing that hurts so bad with me I've been a Cardinals fan since I was a kid watching Kurt Warner when we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
good times.
Good Lord. Just watching the media this season, the amount of disrespect that we get on all these, what is it called? The NFL predictions for each game.
Yep.
And seeing the 0 points for Cardinals and all these predictions, I'm like, come on, guys, haven't we proved that we're at least going to put up some points? And then to come out and have this happen, every time we prove them right.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I think that's kind of what I'm talking with right now is the fact that like anything, we weren't expecting a win, but we also weren't expecting an absolute doo-doo fest. Like that's what we're dealing with right now. So Brian, I appreciate the call. Thank you so very much, man. Appreciate you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, let's go with Antonio Lopez, hopefully going to close out the show here. Antonio, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about the Cardinals?
First of all, let me give you your roses because you're with us every single season. You're here doing this every weekend, football, no football. I appreciate you, everything you do for the team.
Thank you.
Second of all, everybody, I mean, look, Tune is a rookie. He doesn't have no play time in the NFL right now. We got to give it up to the kid. I mean, he tried. I mean, he can't really do nothing with that O-line that we have, with the offense we have. It's horrible. We don't have a number 1 wide receiver. We don't.
Facts.
We don't. So my take is we draft offense, wide receiver, O-line, whatever we need. Give Kyler Murray another chance next year. Don't put him in this year. Let Tune figure this out. Let him figure it out, because you can't become a good quarterback if you don't play.
True. Yeah, true.
I mean, if you're not playing, you can't get no points. You can't do nothing. So might as well let him play this season. We're not getting nowhere. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to, sad to say it, we're not going to the playoffs. I mean, I love this team, but
Yeah.
we got to open our eyes. So let Tune figure it out this season. Let him play. If he keeps on doing what he's doing right now, I mean, let him go. Get another one.
Yeah.
Next year, bring in offense from the draft. Let Kyler Murray handle it. If he can't do it either after that, let him go too. Look for another quarterback, and then we'll have offense. Good
Then we'll have the
wide
weapons.
receiver. What's the guy's name? Harrison?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I
Yep.
mean, we don't have weapons. We don't have we don't have a number one wide receiver. We don't.
Yeah.
Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown is good, but he's not a number one.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He
with
is
that.
not a number one. He's a very good number two. And Wilson, he's gonna get there. He's getting there. So hey, number one wide receiver in the draft, Marquise Brown, Wilson, Kyler Murray. Think about it. I don't know.
James Conner, maybe, or maybe we draft another rookie guy that's going to be good in the third round. I think it could work out for the Cardinals, hopefully.
I mean, if you keep James Conner with those wide receivers, he shouldn't have to carry us everywhere,
True.
because that's what James Conner is doing right now for these past 2 seasons, carrying us everywhere, and he's getting hurt doing it. So if you get a little bit of the load out of his back, he might not get hurt that often.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I fear Kyler Murray coming back, and I get where the organization probably wants to bring him back because, I think people don't want to believe this, but I think ticket sales are hurting. I don't think anybody's interested in this product right now, and I've seen it. I've seen it in this channel alone that nobody's interested in the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm assuming ticket sales are hurting. So I fear that they might push him in because of the excitement that he brings to this organization. And this offensive line is crap.
That's what I was gonna say. The only thing is, do we want to get him hurt with his offensive line? Oh, I mean, he's gonna get caught with his offensive line, and he's a small guy, so we don't want to get him hurt. I wouldn't like to get him hurt.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest, man. I think if we do end up, and I'm not sure if you agree with this, but I'll let you go after this. If we do end up with 1 or 2 seasons, I think one of the biggest questions out there is, are the Cardinals going to go a quarterback? I think that's going to be one of the biggest questions out there. Whether you want to believe it or not, or I don't want to believe it or not, I think that's one of the biggest questions out there. So I'll let you go, brother. Thank you so very much. Very good call. Thanks, Antonio.
All right, man.
Yeah, great calls, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for coming through. I know this is not a good time to talk anything Cardinals. I get it, man. I'm right there with you. I feel your guys' pain. I was literally doing a live play-by-play with one of my co-hosts to my podcasts, where literally I wanted to turn away. I wanted to turn away in this game, but literally I felt like this because I was on a live stream and you can't do very much, right? You can't do very much here, but all we can think of is let's see what this Cardinal organization decides to do. But at this very moment, this is the bottom of the bottom, as you could possibly feel. Do I feel like Josh Dobbs could have maybe made this game better? Maybe. I don't think Josh Dobbs would have won this game, but just being with everything stacked up against us in their roster, we are who we are, right? Just like the great Mr. Green once said, this right here.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Just like that, the Browns are who we thought they were. The defense is absolutely no joke. And we got caught with a rookie quarterback that has absolutely no experience, no first team reps, with one of the best defenses out there, and we got absolutely obliterated today. So it is where we were. It's where we are at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where we go from here. I truly don't. This is going to be a decision from Monty. This is going to be a decision from JG. Do I think we're going to see Kyler? I do think we're going to see Kyler. I think in a business perspective, I think there's no, I think they're going to. I think they're going to. And of course, right now we're seeing a highlight of Josh Dobbs running the ball in and getting a touchdown. Of course, right? Just to kind of add salt to the wound. We end up seeing Josh Dobbs running for a touchdown, and on top of that, throwing for a touchdown too. So definitely not a good feeling here for an Arizona Cardinal fan. I think the Vikings organization is a much better organization on paper than an Arizona Cardinal is. So good luck to Josh Dobbs. Hopefully he can take him on a spectacular run. It's all we can say at this very moment as Cardinal fans, because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Just absolute pain. All right, everybody, I'm going to cut this short here. There's not really much to talk about other than let's see what happens with Kyler Murray coming back. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, thank you so very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let's see what Kyler Murray can do next week. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.